Hey YouTube, it's Petey. So we dealt with the multi-layer capacitors, then I went back in there because this EQ board had come in. So I tear this amp apart that I had built. It had a mono EQ that split off to a stereo amp board. So it was mono split to stereo. It's not the best way to do it. I ordered this stereo amp board a couple months ago. It finally comes in. You know, it's like, I don't mind paying the $3 shipping, but then have it for something tiny, and then but having to wait like unbelievable long. Like I ordered this in the spring. It seemed like it was waiting and waiting and waiting. So it shows up. I install it, and we only got one channel. Mind you, it comes with fake op amps. It says NE5532, which is a Texas Instruments. It's like a 50-cent op amp chip, and they're good. They're good. They're actually better than the TLO72, which is the real common one. So when these come in, you pull the fake chips out of them and put the real ones in. So it costs an extra $1. You know, there's two chips. Yeah. And I only got one channel. So I had really hustled on the install. And of course, again, I'm thinking of something I did wrong. So I'm tearing everything apart, testing everything. We got beep beep count all over the place. It's like everything's coming up good. And then I flipped the board over and there's a short. There's one of the legs where they cut it off, had fallen over, and the machine soldered itself. Somehow it was like a little piece of a leg that was in between two of these solder points that was there. No one ever flipped it over and looked at it. They just, me Chinese, me play joke, me, you know, put pee-pee in your Coke, send you this thing with a fucking hard short in it. Alibaba Express. They just keep on bowing to the east. So yeah, I got this thing. There was another one, and I had ordered it like 4 years ago. And that one was the same board, a little different looking, but it's the same board. Like the newer ones are blue. And this one that I had ordered, the first EQ I built, it hummed. It had like this background hum. I could never get rid of it. I tried everything. Even with batteries it hummed. So that just tells you something. Something's up with that one. So I bought another one to replace that. That one is a slightly different model, and it's quiet. And then I started upgrading these, putting Burr Brown OP2134 chips. I got this nice preamp board. It was like $3. Pulled those fake 5532s up, put the OP 2134 chips in there, and used that as a headphone amp. And I built an EQ, another EQ. So I've got two outboard EQs that I've built, which just means sticking them in a box, labeling it TMBV, treble mid-range bass volume. And like this last one that I built, this rig really sounds great. It's got the Burr Brown chips in it, the EQ, and man, I'm telling you, with these Superlux headphones, it sounds phenomenal. I've never heard music sound this good. But this going back a few years, this same board, it hummed. So tonight, I got another one of these that I ordered to put in Gonti's bass amp, her micro rig, the miniature rig. And after taking all this punishment with stuff not working because of bad capacitors, I went back in there, hooked this thing up. We got no right channel. I end up catching this short. And then it's like, the only way I can get this thing to get any audio is like shorting out some capacitors and like doing some really shisty stuff. I was like, you know what? They just need to refund me. I need to order another one of these, have it speed packed, which is where you pay like $3 shipping, and it takes like 12 days from China. You can get that on eBay, speed pack shipping. So I did that. It's like $9.60. I already paid for this thing. I already paid shipping. I already waited for the whole summer for it to get here. It gets here. I hook it up. There's no one. That's Petey's life, you know. So I'm on here to complain about it. I don't know what to say. It's like somebody cursed me. Everything I build, nothing fucking works unless I go in and monkey with it, and then I have to either fix something or repair it. And it's never something I did. It's never my work, and I always think it is. I always immediately You know, I'm doing all these tests on everything to make sure that what I did is good. And it's never that. You know, like in this case, I had to make a video pleading my case because with Alibaba Express, if you don't give them a video, and they're like, the last time I went through this dance with them, they were like, the file size is maximum 10 meg. Today, it said the maximum file size was 5 meg. So I gave him a 1.5 meg video. It's about this big. It's this tiny video. I'm like, the chip was fake. And then it's like, we only got audio on one side. I'm like hurrying up, like demoing this thing that it's dead on the one channel. So I will get my $6.50 back. I will wait for another 12 days. And then when that board comes, I'll pull the one that's in there out because that's the one that hums. That I got burned on, you know. So it's just, again, I'm on here complaining because I get all this stuff really cheaply, and sometimes it doesn't always work out. You know, I'm always bragging about, oh, I go to the Goodwill and I get all this stuff cheap, and you know, I'm so smart and I do so well. Well, sometimes it catches up to you and bites you in the ass, and there's really no good way around it because you do end up getting your money back, but that's not the thing. It's the time and the frustration that brings you down. So, you know, when you get a good one, when you get a good board from China, this Chinesium stuff, you need to be happy because you can get some bad ones. So I just wanted to vent some steam, blow some steam off about that. And hopefully, you know, we'll feel up to doing a micro remote on one of these days when the weather is nicer. And maybe shoot some footage there, but it's like, that's my life. And it's my own fault. I can't blame anybody but myself, but you know, I can't, like, there is no battery powered bass amp. I could go to Guitar Center. couldn't take a credit card and be like, I'm going to Guitar Center and buying this battery powered bass amp for my wife, and I'll just put it on payments. And then I'll get a lawyer and do a bankruptcy case because I can't afford to pay my debt. I can't do that. They don't make a battery powered bass amp. They don't. You know. So I got another Hartke half aluminum cone, half paper speaker coming, and that'll be 2. So I have a Bose 201, which is a like kind of like a larger bookshelf style Bose speaker that was gifted to me. I'm not a Bose guy, not at all. But this thing, I'll tell you what, the low end on the stock speaker is stellar. And recently I had this little mini Bose subwoofer thing that we hooked up to the Nuke Souk, and that I was impressed by that too. So I gotta play around with that. I'm gonna be installing a pair of buffers in the Nuke case. I'm gonna move one of the control for the frequency, the carrier frequency of the ring modulator. I'm gonna move that down one row and then like cut a new hole, and then in that existing hole, I'm moving the board-mounted potentiometer that I thought would be like a set and forget. That's like the level of the ring mod, because I want to be able to bring just that in individually. So after I do these slight modifications on that, I'm going to spend some time tracing back each switch to what board it goes to. Just start writing everything down because it's not labeled, and there's a lot of switches and knobs on there that I don't know what they do. When we took it out the last time, I told you there was that crazy guy who kept talking about Corey Haim. Corey Feldman, yeah. This crazy, he was like a homeless alcoholic guy, like in his like 30s, who was just completely out to lunch. And he wouldn't shut up. I was getting pissed. We're filming. you know, and he's like yelling. He's just like yelling random stuff, like really loudly to get on the camera. And I had to like talk to him for a half hour, entertained him for another 50 minutes, spent 15 minutes begging him to stop or go somewhere else. You know, we're gonna film. We're filming. I can't have you yelling out Joni loves Chachi. Shit like that, you know. Like, please, dude. Please. And then he's like, if you're gonna give me $20, you gotta give me, if you're gonna give me any money, you gotta give me at least $20. That's what he said to me. Then I was like, fuck this guy. You know what I mean? You gotta go, dude. You gotta go. This is a public place. You're harassing us. You know, I have every right to be here shooting, that you have a right to have your 75 bags of human waste strewn about the place. What a fucking asshole. So yeah, here I am like harassing the homeless people so I can film my oscillator video. Like, really a new all-time low for Petey. Anyway, you guys, I'm working through this stuff. I'm not sure how much shit I've got to really check off on my list. But I do want to get to editing some more video for you. So you should see some music soon. Okay? All right. Thanks for holding my hand and drying my tears. We're going to have very cheesy dinner. We're having quesadilla with a little bit of meat and a lot of cheese. And then we're having nacho appetizers. So that ought to be pretty good. I'll talk to you guys soon. Try to stay cool. Hug your pets. That's the important part. Take care of the chickie friends and the damn dogless. They need love too. All right. Stay cool. And peace.